because I have something
roll right into the overkill.
Actually, yeah, really, really disturbing. And I know normally that I'm like
Thanksgiving overkill.
You come ill prepared.
Usually I come not only ill prepared, but I'm kind of skeptical. But I have something, dude, and I am swearing upon anything that everything I'm about to tell you is true, and I'm not quite sure how to handle it.
Okay.
Like it's something that's actually going down to the point where I called Brian to fucking talk through this today. And he was actually kind of like save it for overkill.
What could we make him swear upon that would have meaning to this that he was not bullshitting?
What would you like me to do? What would you like me to do?
I have a Bible in the car, but I know he doesn't.
Maybe like a checkbook.
There you go.
Oh, good.
That's good.
A W-9.
All right. Well, all right. My curiosity is definitely piqued.
So I have been having, and I'm not going to talk about what they are. They're not really crucial to the story, and it's kind of one of those things that I don't really talk about. But I've been having some like personal issues lately that I've been trying to deal with. That I've been wrestling with for a little while now, and Brian knows about them. I'm driving up to my parents' house this week, and now we start getting into the section of the country where there's like nothing for stretches on these weird roads and whatnot. And then you start getting into the like knick-knack shops and like rundown
antiques.
Yeah, antiques, but not really antiques. You know what I mean? More like someone died and they just gave their whole house to a store to sell.
Now, you would be, and off topic, I want to slow this down,
Yeah.
but you would be able to determine a fake antique versus a real antique?
No, I don't mean. I mean like you walk into a store and it's all like
you
fucking.
You must not like football.
It's like Hummel figures and shit like that.
He's antiquing.
I wasn't antiquing. Listen, I wasn't. This is what I'm saying.
This is the real Tiffany.
Ming Dynasty, more like Ming Chen Dynasty.
So. All right, so I'm driving.
So you're driving by the antique store.
Driving. Well, it's
faux antique store.
It's like a barn. You know what I mean? Anyway. I pass this one place and I listen, something tells me you have to go back to that place that you just passed, right? So much so that I'm like, it's weird that the thought even entered my head. It was like a thought in my head.
Are you by yourself?
By myself. And, I'm driving by myself. I guess I should have mentioned that. And, I keep going a couple of miles and it's really like I'm almost getting anxiety that I didn't drive back, right? Fuck it. What am I going to do? It's either I can go up and I can listen to my father's TV blasting, or I can turn back around and see what's going on fourth and down. So now I turn around. And I go back to this shitty old building, right? And I walk inside and there is.
Is this a store or is this a deserted building?
No, it's a store, but it's like a fucked up store.
And it's open on Thanksgiving?
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
Is this Shining shit?
This is getting weird, dude. I'm telling you, this gets fucking weird.
Like what time? What time of day?
It was probably like 10 in the morning.
Okay.
So I go there and I walk inside and it's just like fucking crazy, stupid knickknacks and shit like that. But there in this glass shelf in the back of it, it's just one of these places that have like different vendors. It's a flea market. It's an indoor flea market.
Okay.
We have one of them. We have an antiques place like that in Red Bank where there's different vendors in the building selling antiques.
So they all have like different cases and
got it.
Manufactured cases. Yeah.
There's this old guy in the back and he is sitting in front of a glass case. In the glass case is this fucking weird looking skull with like a copper faceplate on it. And there's candles around it and there's a fucking, I swear to God, there's so many $5 bills in this case. So, of course, I'm just like, well, what is that? And he says to me, and he shows me a sign. He says it's the skull of something called a Prussian kissing devil. The Prussian kissing devil. And apparently what it was
is it a human skull or an animal skull?
It's a human skull.
Okay.
He says it's a real human skull. He says that in Prussia, he didn't really know the year. He goes, there was this woman.
Prussia now is Iraq, right?
I fucking no clue, dude. I haven't looked at it.
Persia.
Yeah, it's Persia. Yeah.
What's Prussia now?
Prussia was like, I think it was like a combination of like 4 different countries, like Germany, Russia.
So we were talking.
It was like
talking like
Prussian Empire.
when Atlantis was around then, probably, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Exactly.
This story doesn't even need any fucking embellishment, dude. It gets so bizarre. Okay, so he says. So the story is he doesn't know. He's not giving me a lot of details, and you know what I mean. He's just hanging out there. He says that apparently this woman, because I'm just like, that's an awesome name. What the fuck is a Prussian
Kissing devil?
Prussian kissing devil. The skull of the Prussian kissing devil. And he says that there was this woman in this village who was rumored to have slept with the devil. Like, she was one of those things where it's like, the village was like the reason they said that is because she had a baby who was fucking really fucked up looking when it was born. Now the skull looks normal. All right? The skull doesn't look out of whack. But they said that this baby was so deformed that they basically, said this woman fucked the devil. They cast her out and they left the baby out in the woods to die. Okay?
Would you say it's like almost akin to what's the lead story?
It sounds like the Jersey Devil a little bit, but that was that. But Mrs. Leeds did not sleep with the devil.
Okay,
don't fucking.
Sorry.
Well, listen. Yeah. So now this devil. So now years later, the child survives, comes back to the village, is fucked up, and is just like. I asked, why is it called the kissing devil? And apparently, like, he would go in there and he would like cause all sorts of mayhem and he would kiss them. Like, that was the thing. Like, that was like his trademark.
Wait a minute. When you say mayhem, like he would
kill, rape, all sorts of
them.
weird shit. And then would leave like a bloody kiss on the body.
Lips. Like bloody lip.
I don't know. That I don't
lip
know.
prints. Like,
that's
lipstick
kinda,
on a mirror.
Right. Perfect. That's it. And he said that they hunted him down and killed him, right? They cut off his head, and this is the skull of what they call the Prussian kissing devil. And they learned that if you give the thing $5, well, they said money, but I asked $5, and he was like, that's just what it became. He says, if you give it a gift of money, it will solve your problems. It's basically like a voodoo thing.
Wishing well?
Right. So, what do? Give him $5. All right? Whatever, the lark driveway. Go up to my parents' house, blah, blah, blah. I find later that night as I'm lying in bed, I have a clarity wall to this problem that I've been dealing with for quite a while that fucking, to me, solved the problem. Like I was able to find a perspective and an angle on this issue that I've been having that I never had before, and goes a long way towards putting this thing to rest.
What was once so murky now became so crystal clear.
So crystal
clear.
A
path just opened up out of nowhere inside that brain.
That's right. So today, I go back to the shop. Okay? And the guy's not there. It's this younger guy. Okay? And he tells me that the guy, and I said, I forget his name, Walter or something. I forget his name. And I asked, I said, hey, where's the guy here yesterday? That guy died yesterday after I gave the $5.
Did he look ill?
Did not look ill. He looked fine to me.
You said he was old, though, right?
He was old. Well, not old, but he was like, I'd say 70s. You know what I mean? Late 60s, early 70s. So I'm like, well, that's fucking weird.
And they didn't close the place down? They still opened up his little...
Well, it's just one little booth. Well, that's what I said to the guy. It's exactly what I said to the guy. And he says that he goes, well, it's Black Friday. They're not guys.
They even celebrate Black Friday at some shithole fucking
dude.
Barn?
They were open on Thanksgiving.
he's telling me
Black Friday. We can't even honor the guy who fucking owned the kid.
It was his fucking grandson. It was his fucking grandson.
Even I would, like, if something happened like that, I mean, we would have to close. Even on Black Friday, we would have closed.
Like if Gidim had stroked out last night.
Yeah, we would close.
You would close today?
Close on Black Friday. Wow. Yeah, even
but for what? Like, I'm not having a funeral today.
Just out of respect.
Oh, okay.
Well, the respect you don't see on a day-to-day basis. Well, he would show you in death.
But I finally can't appreciate it.
All right, so the guy is there.
So grandson's there. He says that they just can't. They just didn't. They knew he wouldn't want them to not be there for that.
All right.
So blah blah blah. And he actually made a point very similar to what Genim just said. It was like, well, the wake and the funeral is not today anyway. So now there's a sign next to it says the sign on it next to it says Prussian kissing devil, blah blah blah, not for sale, firm. It says on it. So I said, let me ask you something. I was like, can I buy that? can I buy the skull? The guy says no, and I said, all right, well, how much?
Does it come with the $5 bills?
No, I wasn't thinking that. Long story short, Walter, for $650.
Never heard him say that.
What? Long story short?
No. You never used the ER in the back of my name.
Walter?
Yeah.
You don't like it?
No.
I think I used it once too, and you said don't like it. I'm freaked out.
You really are. Something's off. I said something's really off with you. You've never said ER on my name.
I'm fucking freaked
as
out.
As long as I can remember now.
Because in my head, in that moment, telling me to turn around to the car, in it, finding this fucking skull, in it, giving it the $5.
Did the grandson know who you were?
No. Grandson, finally I got to $650, and he says, I'll sell it to you.
That's a good pickup. You got it?
I came from the store here.
Let's see it.
Okay. First comes the stand that it was on.
We'll put up some accompanying pictures.
Take some pictures, get them.
Yeah. It was on this stand in this store.
Can I just feel that? It looks like it's iron, like something you would
Copper.
I'm telling you.
make a sword out of, right?
Look what I have right now.
What's that called? An ore?
Urn? I have fucking goosebumps, dude. I'm telling you, this thing is unbelievable.
An anvil, that's what it looks like.
Okay.
But it's not as heavy like an anvil. It's kind of hollow. Like a fake anvil.
You're gonna fucking... Dude.
Already dismissing. Based on the anvil, which is really a stand.
Dude, you can fucking dismiss all you want. I don't know if you're gonna be able to fucking dismiss this, which is a real human skull.
That's not a human skull.
Oh, you don't think so? Get in there and look.
Look at that nose.
No. This is the copper plate that I was talking about.
Yeah, this is. I guess it looked like they dipped it in copper or put copper over it, and they put some sort of shellac on the head. But the designs and the writing are really weird.
And they're carved in and inlaid.
Can I hold it?
Yeah, just.
I'm not. Of course, I'll be.
But look at it. You're gonna see it's a skull. I had the same questions, dude. It's like a copper mask put on the front of a skull. The skull has intricate carvings in it. And copper
Inlays, yeah.
inlays in the fucking bone.
Even Gidim isn't doubting.
You're not
And he's a doubting Tom.
Look in the cuts. You'll see that it's a real skull.
Why would that mean?
Because you see like the bone, the mat. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like where the what's the fontanelle? It's towards the top would be.
But if you even
the stuff that falls off a baby skull?
No, that's the soft spot because it has.
if you look in there,
because the skull hasn't
like in
hardened.
the cuts, you see the bone, like the dude.
$650?
$650 I just paid for that, and it is. I am telling you all, this thing is. I don't even know what to say, dude. Like the driving, the call back to the place. The fact that I gave the $5 that it kind of helped my problem to a
And
point.
when you gave the $5, did you specifically say to yourself, "I want this skull to solve my problem"?
I did like a wishing well. How you jump it into a wishing well. I gave the $5 and I just concentrated on that issue. And dude, I'm telling you.
So who gets the $5 now? If I want to make one, you?
I don't know. I wasn't thinking of monetizing it.
Shit, get him. You must have a million things you'd want to ask it.
So
No, the next 3 paychecks are dedicated to the Prussian kissing
skull.
devil.
So that is the skull of the Prussian kissing devil.
And you can't allude to, without giving away exactly what the problem was. Like,
Was
it physical or
no, it was like an emotional,
Not sexual.
woman thing.
Okay.
Let's put it that way.
Then it was sexual.
Yeah. No, it wasn't. Dude, I'm telling you, this thing.
Just say it was sexual. Just say you couldn't get a boner.
I got a fucking flat on boner.
Wow.
It's a real human skull of this creature called.
You can tell, like, if you look real close, it's like that's what the bone looks like. Like it gets that porous sort of look to it.
Yeah. And the guy.
Is it legal to sell
don't
human
know.
skulls?
Dude, I have no fucking clue. I will tell you this though: the grandfather would never sell it. Would never sell it.
So the first it's not even 24 hours. He's not on this earth, and their son, grandson, selling his most prized possession.
Money talks, bro.
Did the grandson allude to any reason why the grandfather died? Like choked at dinner, something like that.
I didn't really want to get into it.
That's too personal,
that seemed like a lot. I mean, he made it sound like it was a heart attack or something like that. But
It says in general it's legal.
It is legal to sell human skulls. Yeah. How old do they have to be?